time for some. Hoops at the home of the New York Knicks. We're bringing it to you live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. The Knicks happy to return to New York after the road trip.
And this is a great chance, Kevin, for this team to establish some home court dominance. Long stand coming up in front of them, and an easy way to try and build some momentum.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Dallas.
Carmelo Anthony, one of the most formidable scorers ever. Top 20 in points all time in NBA history.
Drills the three-pointer.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Dallas moving the ball around. Pass to Harden. And it's sent back by Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Stolen by Middleton. And now the Knicks on the break. For the finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, you've got to recognize how active Middleton is on defense. I mean, this is a guy that you can't afford to be careless around.
Pass to Harden. The 19-foot shot. Another miss by Harden.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Not a fast start for the Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. Back to Young. Harden with it. Looking for Young. He gets it there. Just 4 to shoot.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Near the three-point line, it's Olynyk. First shot, first best. He's out of the blocks fast.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Here's Harden. Drops in the short one.
That has to be a relief. First bucket was a long time coming.
And they knew they'd bury one eventually. I mean, just a matter of time. Let's see if they can build on that.
The wide open look here for Anthony. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Anthony's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Back to Harden. Over Irving. Rebound by Olynyk.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Now, here is Irving. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what Kyrie was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player.
Oh,
that athletic.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Are you? Oh, my goodness. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown. Well, I think the defense got really lucky there. I mean, you can't afford to give up wide open shots from deep.
And good that time.
I'm still kind of trying to figure out how that one went in. Don't think they drew it up that way, but hey, it still counts because it worked.
Pass to Anthony. New York, no good that time either.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
A different look for New York. Harris outside. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Harris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Man, how about the vision of the hometown hero, George Hill, spotting a teammate and whipping it over quickly.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, you look at George Hill's game, and he doesn't wow you in any way, but he's a complete basketball player. Strong outside shooter, but might be most valuable defensively. Often regarded as one of the best defensive guards in the league.
Mavericks trailed by 9. And with Hill and his defense, perhaps what is best about it is that he can guard both guard positions, and that makes him valuable.
Yeah, and that flexibility gives a coach and his lineup so much leeway. Hill has a great wingspan, about 6'9", and can be very disruptive defensively. Very good at fighting through screens to stick with his assignments as well.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. That 3 off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. New York leading by 9. To the middle. Here's Teletovic. A shot by Carter. Nobody around. Drills it from outside. Carter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Took him no time at all on that one.
Anything you can do, I can do better. We got a little gamesmanship going on.
Yeah, a little mano-mano, back and forth. Guys going at each other, giving this game a little bit of edge and personality. I like it.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
On the way, Harris hits the 3-point bomb. Harris has got 6 points.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
Which is the main reason, partner, they're sitting on this big lead. Awesome shooting so far.
And so it's the New York Knicks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into... And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Knicks.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Clark, agility is such an important thing for players to have, obviously. When you look at the offensive end, knowing that agility has that upper value, who are some of the more elusive players you see in the game now?
Man, I don't think there's any more elusive player in the game than Steph Curry. I tell you, he's not the most athletic, he's not the fastest, but he is the slipperiest guy to try to keep a handle on. His ball handling, his shot making, his change of pace. I'd throw Kyrie Irving in there as well. Kemba Walker, diminutive in size, but boy, is he hard to keep corralled. And Lou Williams, one of my favorites. One of the great scorers, maybe one of the greatest scorers ever, under 6'2" in the league.
Yeah, some terrific names there. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Inside. Harden. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
So fun watching Harden operate inside near the rim. I mean, his confidence level is high, and he does a really good job getting ideal position.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
And Vince Carter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. To the paint. Pass to Caruso.
I think Hill is really an outstanding two-way player. Not only does he hustle at the offensive end, but he also puts forth tremendous effort on defense.
Here's Harden. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Pass to Caruso. Back to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Boy, I tell you what, when Harden decides to turn it up, then you're turned out. It is a sight to see, folks. I mean, relentless, instinctive, tremendous night so far for him.
Now to Ledovich. Off target from outside. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the basket by Harden.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Dallas calls timeout.
And, you know, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talents are also very impressive.
Mavericks trailed by 6. And talking about Carlisle's outside interests, one I know of, he's an excellent pianist.
And you know what? He is. And he's played with a well-known musician or two in concert. Also an avid pilot. This guy is a Renaissance man.
Here's Anthony. And the shot no good, a bit short. Here's Dallas. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Harden outside. Lynn looking it over. Clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. For Middleton. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Knicks leading by 4. Irving drives in. Here's Olynyk. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
And how about the excellent court vision? Just keeping the defense off balance.
Yeah, that was a sweet pass right there, setting up his teammate nicely. And that's really how you move the rock. Share that sugar, man. Share it.
Back to Harden. Pass to Young. Dallas again missing.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
And 2 for 1, that's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly. Good job putting the pass in front of him, throwing it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
Young outside. Back to Harden. And oh boy, a lot of contact but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And, you know, after being a sixth man during the beginning of his career, Harden has blossomed into a big-time star. He's a top-tier combo guard in this league now.
And New York making a change here.
Textbook shooting from the stripe. Great form, soft release, mark it up.
Bangs home the trifecta. Irving's got 8 points.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the three at almost 60% for the game.
Back to Harden. From beyond the arc and then some. Harden's got 26 points.
And Harden has the ultimate green light. I mean, it's uber green.
And so it's New York holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We come back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions, and so far it's paid off handsomely.
Over to the wing. Olynyk has the open look. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Back to Young. Pass to Harden. Young outside.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
But he stays with it. The three from Harden. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
And a much-needed run, too, Greg. I mean, they've turned it up a notch. Really taking over now.
And Young, here we go. Pass to Harden. Back to Young. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That's platinum-level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets it to his teammates on time and on target.
Horford's shot is good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And so Young will bring it up for the Mavericks. They trail by 16. Pass to Giles. Back to Young. It's Harden with the drive. And the jam by Harden.
Whenever Harden sprints inside, man, I love it. Has so many ways he can finish near the basket.
And Robertson has it in the corner. Back to Irving. And stolen by Harrell. Fast break, Dallas. Pass to Harden. And it's Young at the elbow. The position of power forward, Clark, that was your position. Did you ever think it would become a major weapon for stretching the floor as it is now?
No, I didn't see that evolution happening. I mean, again, at that time in the 80s, even into the 90s, you had the small forward and the power forward was more of an enforcer. I was actually kind of a hybrid at the time because I could deal inside effectively on the glass and because of my size and strength, but also could step out and put it on the floor and pass it a little bit. So, no, the evolution with the four-man in this day and age, I did not foresee that at all. Love what's happened with it, but it speaks, I think, to the athleticism and skill of these bigger guys now.
It does.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and you know, the ball moves faster than anybody's can, so that great ball movement and decision-making, they're making all the right moves, Greg.
Yeah,
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Pass to LeVert. And Jefferson sends it back.
Great seeing Jefferson show us some defense there, Kevin. I mean, with his length, he rejects shots when he jumps and times it right.
And just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
And you know what? He's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
And Jefferson throws it down hard.
Man, I love watching Jefferson throw it down. A 6'10" beast in the paint.
Down low. Here's Harden. And that one is off. Hill with some nice D. New York with the ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Here's Harden. No good that time. New York leading by 20. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Harden's got 6 in the quarter.
It's so hard trying to contain Harden. Even when you think you have him locked in and cornered, he sinks a jumper right in your grill.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And he can't hit the second.
And LeVert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
And so it's New York holding a big 18. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Dallas calls timeout.
You know, Karis LeVert came into the league as a scoring wing, but has changed into a playmaker. I mean, he developed into a primary ball handler out of necessity, and it's a role he's thrived in. He attacks the defense and can finish at the rim himself or find teammates.
So it's the Knicks now. And LeVert has described his game as constantly evolving, something backed up as his transition from wing to simply playmaker.
Yeah, he's a high-character, high-quality young man, and he's gone through a ton of injuries going back to his days at Michigan, getting more and more comfortable with the ball in his hands because he's a guy that can make plays, and I think his game is just going to continue to grow as the years pass.
Here's Caruso. Down low. Puts it up from 7.
And a struggle here to find a rhythm in the second half. The field goal percentage starting to tail off in a big way.
The offensive rebound. Harden right side. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Harden's got 34.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off, timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
And the dunk by Jefferson.
And they got to bring the double team on.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for New York.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
The Knicks leading by 21. And here's Anthony from the arc. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Anthony's pull-up shot is lethal, guys. Exceptional at shooting while in rhythm.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Shoots over Oubre. Out to Anthony. For 3. Oubre pulls it in.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Back to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Papagiannis. 2 points. That one goes.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Irving double team. Olynyk. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Yeah, he can surprise you around the rim. Olynyk has some lift.
And it's Middleton penetrating. Got a hand on it. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Pass to Caruso. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Anthony with the ball for New York. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Here's Jefferson. And finished off by Jefferson.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Irving with the steal.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
There's 1:47 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
And hate to make a mistake there. Have to stay focused.
Greg, I think they're just giving the game to him at this point. Can't make those kinds of errors.
And the basket by Olynyk.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Dallas again turning it over. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Irving misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for New York.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kyrie Irving.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open. And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And Anthony gets double teamed. Here's Middleton. The kick out to Irving. And Horford wide open. He shoots. And too long on the shot. And so it's Dallas with it. Stolen by Middleton. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They won this game going away. They